You know what's funny? When you start chasing something big, something that means the world to you, the first thing you meet isn't support. It's doubt, it's laughter, it's the sound of people saying, "You? No way." But deep down, something inside you whispers back, "Watch me." That's where it begins, not with applause, not with approval, but with that quiet promise to yourself. I will prove everyone wrong. They said you weren't smart enough. They said you didn't have what it takes. Maybe they laughed when you failed that test, when you couldn't lift that weight, when your dream sounded too big for your small world. They didn't see the nights you stayed up, planning, studying, dreaming. They didn't see the fire in your eyes when you told yourself, "One day, I'll show them all." Because proving people wrong isn't about revenge. It's about evolution. It's about transforming that pain into purpose, that doubt into discipline. Every "you can't" they throw at you becomes a stepping stone, if you choose to walk on it instead of falling under it. You don't have to come from a rich family. You don't have to have a fancy education or connections or luck. What you need is belief. Relentless, unshakable belief that you can become more. That's your weapon. Because when you believe in yourself, something powerful happens. You stop waiting for permission. You stop asking for validation. And you start creating your own path. They said you're not talented enough. Fine, work twice as hard. They said you're too late. Start now. They said you'll never make it. Let your silence be your statement, and your results be your revenge. Let's be honest, sometimes it hurts. Sometimes you break down and wonder why you even started. You question if it's worth it, if you're just fooling yourself. But remember this, even the strongest people you admire once stood exactly where you are. They were told no. They were told you're not enough. But they didn't stop. They didn't settle. They kept going, long after the world told them to quit. Because real strength isn't about never falling. It's about getting up after every fall. With every scar, every failure, every sleepless night, you're building the person who will one day look back and say, "I did it. Against all odds, I did it." Proving everyone wrong doesn't happen overnight. It happens in the silence, when no one's watching. When you wake up earlier than the rest, when you study while they sleep, when you fall and no one's there to pick you up. It happens in those moments where you could give up, but you choose not to. Because every rep you push through, every chapter you finish, every failure you face, you're collecting proof. Proof that you're not who they said you were. Proof that you are becoming someone stronger, smarter, unstoppable. And one day, the same people who doubted you will say, "I always knew you could do it." They'll pretend they believed, but you will know the truth. You will know how many times you had to fight alone. They said you can't? Then make sure you can. They said you won't? Then make sure you will. Every single day, remind yourself, I am not done yet. You see, the most dangerous person in the world is the one who refuses to give up. The one who keeps going even when everything says stop. The one who uses pain as fuel, failure as a teacher, and doubt as motivation. You are that person. Because you've already been through storms that others couldn't survive. You've been laughed at, underestimated, and ignored. And yet here you are, still standing, still fighting, still dreaming. One day, you'll thank the people who doubted you. You'll thank them for not believing in you, because that disbelief lit the fire inside you. You'll thank them for walking away, because that silence taught you self-reliance. And you'll thank every rejection, because it redirected you to the path you were truly meant to walk. So, stop waiting for their approval. Stop wishing for their support. You owe no one an explanation for your dreams. All you owe is effort. discipline, consistency, and faith. Faith that the work you're putting in will pay off, even if it takes longer than you thought. The day you finally make it, the day your results speak louder than your words, the day you walk into that place, the university, the clinic, the stage, the office, and everyone turns to look, not because of who you are now, but because of how far you've come. You'll smile, not out of pride, but gratitude, because you'll know every sleepless night, every breakdown, every failure, it all mattered, it all built you. You'll realize that proving everyone wrong was never about them. It was about proving to yourself that you could.
When you wake up tired, remember why you started.
When you feel small, remember how far you've already come. When they doubt you again, smile, because that's your reminder that you're doing something they can't. There will be days you want to quit, but on those days, just whisper to yourself, not yet. Because greatness doesn't come easy. It's not given, it's earned. One hard day at a time. Keep showing up, keep pushing, keep fighting, because you are building a version of yourself that no one will be able to ignore. So, if you're listening to this right now and people are doubting you, good. Let them. Let them laugh. Let them question. Because every time they do, you'll have one more reason to go harder, faster, deeper. Remember, the most powerful stories are written by people who refused to give up, who kept going even when nobody believed in them. And one day, your story will be one of them. A story of patience, pain, persistence, and power. A story that starts with doubt and ends with victory. There will come a moment when everything starts to make sense. When the long nights and early mornings connect. When every no you ever heard leads to your first yes. And when that moment comes, you'll realize something powerful. You didn't just prove them wrong. You became the person they said you could never be. You outgrew their limits, their opinions, their expectations. You became the walking proof that it's possible. Possible to rise from nothing, to fight through pain, and to build a future with your own hands. So say it with me. I will prove everyone wrong. Not by arguing, not by shouting, but by doing. By showing up every single day. By growing when they expect you to give up. By turning your dreams into reality, your scars into strength, and your pain into power. Because one day, they'll look at you and ask, how did you do it? And you'll smile and say, I just never stopped. Doubt me now. Believe me later. Don't forget to subscribe for more motivational stories and videos.